Hey, students, how are y'all? This is Coach Taylor. This week we're going to start volume, and today we're going to talk about volume of cylinders, cones, and spheres. But before I get started, I want to give you a little brief definition of volume. What is volume? Well, we talked about surface area. Surface area was what's on the surface. If I was to cut this glass and stretch it out, that would be considered surface area. Volume to me, and I'm saying to me, it's not a correct definition, is how much is on the inside of this cup and how much liquid that a three-dimensional object can hold. So if I was to pour water into this glass, how much water would this glass hold? And that is volume to me. Okay? So I trust everybody's doing well. I trust that you're staying safe. I trust that one of these days we'll be back together and be able to do some things. Let's go ahead and get started with some examples of volume, and we're going to start out today with a cylinder. Okay, so a cylinder looks like this up here. Okay, that's what a cylinder is. Now, to find the volume of a cylinder, you're going to take pi. You're going to take pi and multiply it times the radius squared times the height. Of course, pi is 3.14, r is the radius, and h is the height of the cylinder, how tall that cylinder is. Okay, so let's look at this first example. First thing I want to do is I want to define all my parts and give them measurements. So let's start out with pi. We know that pi is going to be equal to 3.14. That's the first one. Okay, and then we notice we want to find the radius. Now your first instinct would be write down 24, but if you'll notice something, 24 is a measurement all the way across this cylinder. So I got to take 24, and I need to take 24 because it's the diameter and divide it by 2, which gives us 12. Okay, and then the height of this cylinder is how tall this cylinder is, and we see right now that h is going to be equal to 7. Okay, again, to find the volume, we take pi, we multiply it times the radius squared times h. So we're going to take volume is equal, pi is 3.14, times the radius squared. The radius was 12. We're going to square it times the height of the cylinder, which is 7. Okay. Now we're going to go 3.14. 12 squared is 144 times 7. We multiply those three numbers out, and we get 3,165.12. Now, I want you to notice something. This is volume, not surface area. So in volume, we have to cube to the third power our measurement. So this is inches, so it's going to be inches cubed. So this cylinder of this size holds 3,165.12 cubic inches of water. And that's how you find the volume of a cylinder. Okay, moving on. Volume of cones. Now, some things I want to show you. First of all, we'll look at this. It's pi times r squared times h, and that's all divided by 3. Okay, and lots of people ask me, why do you divide it by 3? And the reason I want you to understand why we divide by 3, if I take and I extend this here, and I do this right here, and I do this right here, it ends up being a cylinder. And what you're basically doing with a cone is you're taking and cutting 1/3 of that cylinder off. So that's why we divide by 3. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to define our parts. Of course, pi is 3.14. The radius here, let's see if they're trying to trick us here. It's not all the way across, so it is 9. And then the height of that cone measured from the center of the base to the top of the cone is 18. Okay, so H is 18. So again, to find the volume, we multiply pi times r squared times h, and we divide all that by 3. Okay, so volume equals 3.14 times 9 squared times 18, and we divide that by 3. That gives us 3.14 times 9 is 81 times 18 divided by 3. Alright, that is 4,578.12 divided by 3, which gives us a total of 1,526.04. And again, volume is measured in cubic measurements. Okay, so we're going to go yards cubed. So this cone will hold 1,526.04 cubic yards of liquid. Okay. All right, moving on to our last object, which is a sphere. Again, a sphere is a ball. Okay, it is a ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to define our parts, and we need to notice something. Well, let's define our parts. We're looking for pi and radius, and we want to notice something. That red line goes all the way across. So that red line is the diameter. I need to take 6 and I need to divide it by 2 to get the radius. So the radius in this case is 6 divided by 2, or 3. Okay, so to find the volume, well, let's go ahead. Pi is 3.14 and the radius is 3. So to find the volume, we're going to take 4 times pi times the radius cubed. That's radius times radius times radius, and we're going to divide that by 3. All right, so we got 4 times 3.14 times the radius, which is 3, cubed, divided by 3. That gives me 4 times 3.14 times 3 times 3 times 3 is not 9, it's 27. Because 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. Now divide that by 3. When I do all the math, I've cheated and went ahead and did it beforehand. I get 113.04, and again, measurement cubed. So I'm going to go cubic centimeters. So the volume of my ball here is 113.04 cubic centimeters. And that is volume of cylinders, cones, and spheres in a nutshell. I trust that everybody has a good day, and we will see you soon.